What's up, guys? It's Maya World, and welcome to the Shakkas Den.
And you are tuned into the Shakers Den. Shaking.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome to the Shakers Den. Of course, this is Drian Santana, of course, as always. And my tag partner is not here, but Nikki Bush is always somewhere in spirit around. She's not dead, but she floats around somewhere as always. But of course, we have wonderful and lovely guests as always here. Maya World is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. That girl, Maya World, is here. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Of course, I've when I saw you on Ring of Honor, I was like, that girl, she got a little something to her. And I'm like, the way you was going up against like Athena and Queen Amanat, I was like, I gotta get her on here because she's a Southern girl, and I gotta get her on here so we can get a little to know a little bit more about you. So we're going to start off our first segment. It's a get to know you kind of thing, kind of warm you up a little bit, and just so people can get to know a little bit more about you before we kind of dive into the interview here.
Okay.
So, first question is, describe your music taste with name me 3 artists.
I'm so all over the place. It's funny. But so I'll say Drake. Let me think. Drake, Nicki, Beyonce.
You know what? Yeah. She has to stay here now because those are like literally the top 2. Nicki and Drake is like Nicki's favorites and everything. And then Beyonce is mine. So you didn't already want us over already. Immediately. So.
Good.
All right. Next question. Who are your favorite sports teams? Now I know I've been seeing you were dabbling into football a lot and everything. So I don't even want you to answer that one because I already know. But like if you're into like basketball or any other sport, like what's your favorite sports team?
Sports theme?
Team.
Oh, okay. Ooh. You said no football, other teams?
No football, because I already know your favorite football team. I be seeing you talking a lot of craziness on social media, so I already know.
3? Let me think of 3. I'll go WNBA. I like the Phoenix Mercury. NBA, I love LeBron, so I'll just say the Lakers, even though they're at right now, but it's okay. And then no football. Oh shoot, I'll say. What am I like? Why am I? Can I say a college team?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'll say the LSU women's basketball team.
They definitely are top tier. I mean, LSU women's basketball team they've been going crazy all last year wise. Even beforehand, like, truly have been going crazy. But those are some different teams. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but my father is, so I'm gonna let y'all have that.
Okay.
All right, what TV show has or had you in a chokehold?
Oh, this is good. So, The Bear, I literally started it and finished it like 2 weeks later, the whole show. So I'll say The Bear. Why can I not think of anything right now? Let me think. Hold on. The Bear. My mind gets so blank whenever I'm put on the spot. I'm not even on the spot, but there's really. Where's my Netflix child? Let me pull it up. The Bear. What else do I like? Like, I'm sorry, I just can't think right now. A show that I just watched again recently. I started the Shy again recently.
Yeah,
like that, and then I restarted. Oh wait, The Vampire Diaries. I'm sorry, I watched that like every quarter month, every year. Like that's my show. But yeah, those are the shows that have me in chokehold.
Okay. Yeah, The Shy. I think the first episode, what happened? I was like, okay, y'all definitely got a lot of people hooked. It's been good since then and everything. So, next question: what are some of your favorite hobbies?
Hobbies. Nobody really knows this, but like I really like to dance. Like I don't think I'm a good like freestyler, but like if I like get taught a choreography, I think I'm really good at it because I did cheer and everything. So I really like to dance. Um, I what do I do in my free time? I don't think working out counts, but like that's the one thing I do the most for
That's
anything.
a hobby. Of course, it's incorporated into your, your lifestyle and everything. But I mean, it can still be something that you just like to do still.
Yeah. So yeah, dancing. I don't know if people think I would be a good singer, but I really like to sing. Me and my sisters, like when we were younger, we had our own little band and everything. So I always think I'm like Beyonce, but I like to sing too. Don't ask me to sing because I'm not
I
good
don't know. Listen, I'm not. Listen, I would never put you on the spot to sing because I won't.
at
I wouldn't want anybody to do me like that either.
it. Yeah, I like to
Okay.
sing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so last one. Would you say you're more of an extrovert or an introvert?
Oh God. I always say like I'm an introverted extrovert, but I think I'm definitely more of an extrovert because my friend tells me I'm so out there. Like I'll talk to anybody. I'm just yeah. So I say extrovert.
Okay, got it. Love that. So that's pretty much a little bit of a getting to know you kind of thing, warm you up a little bit. We'll dive into some of these interview questions. So first and foremost, of course, we'll recognize you, of course, for being a wrestler, extremely talented. I mean, as young as you are, like you moving around, so I'm a little bit older than you, but you moving around a lot quicker than a lot of other girls are and everything. So to get on the topic of wrestling, like when did you realize you were like obsessed with the art of wrestling?
Man, uh, so I like wrestling. Obviously, like already, I liked like the Kelly era, like
Yeah.
2011. But kind of got out of it a little bit just because I started focusing on my sports, like actually like
Yeah.
doing them. So like 2015, 2016, I always say I saw Sasha Banks and I went crazy on YouTube. Like I don't think I skipped a video. I watched every single video of her I could find. I was obsessed with her. So I was tuning into every Raw, every SmackDown for her, and I knew like then I was obsessed at that point. And then watching her, obviously I saw the other people like other girls, and I would get into them also. So I feel like 2016 is the time I realized like I was really obsessed, and I was like maybe I can do this one day.
Was that moment where you just knew for a fact that you wanted to make a career out of wrestling?
Um, Man, I don't even know if I know the exact moment. I just started realizing that things were like changing for women in wrestling for sure. So like when I noticed that things were like changing, like they were getting taken more seriously, like for their athletic ability and all that. And that's probably when you want like an exact moment, or you just like
Like just like I need to find someone to train me now so I can do this.
yeah. Uh when I don't even like really the way I got into it. I knew me and my friend we both met on like wrestling Twitter. So when she moved here to go to a school. She told me like you should go with me, and I was like okay, bet. Like I always
Yeah.
knew I wanted to do it. So when she like the opportunity came, I was like, let's do it.
Awesome. You need more friends like that. I swear. Like, just kind of push you into it, and
Yeah.
because they want to do something and try something together. I think that's absolutely amazing and everything like
Mhm.
that too. So, you were trained by Lou Gotti and everything. So, what was it like, working with Lou and like your training process? Because I know like you have an athletic background, which we'll dive a little bit more into that. But what was the training process like?
Oh, so beginning, he always told me I caught on to things quickly, and I think like the sports definitely came into play for that. Like my footwork and things like that you really don't think about when you're first starting out in wrestling. So
Mhm.
I feel like just the sports really helped in that aspect. He was always very hands on. Like I had another trainer. Her name's Alejandra Lyon. She's a woman. She's been in here for a little bit also. So she always told the guys like, don't go easy on them. Like the guys would never ever go easy on us. Like they'd get punished if they did. So like I'm used to being around that and getting hit my hardest. And I'm just glad like that I had that when I first started because a lot of people I feel like they get taken easy on so like they're not ready for when it really comes down to it. But the early training, ugh, it was a lot. Like I really had to get used to it quickly. Like falling down every day, like for a living, basically. I had to like go into routines to like get my body back up to shape just to come back the next day. So yeah, training or starting out was really rough, but I got into it. Like I got used to it quick.
Awesome. So I know that you have your background, of course, in cheerleading, which I was a cheerleader too, and everything. So I already know like what cheerleading practice is all about, the running,
Yeah.
all kinds of training for to be a cheerleader and everything like that. But were there any other like other sportings that you may have did? Like were you doing maybe basketball, tennis, track, anything like that that also includes within you having such a amazing background?
Yeah, like so I was at basketball, I did cheer, I was volleyball, softball, track, and then I dabbled a little bit in soccer, but I didn't really stay in it. Um, but yeah, I feel like all those things, they were already like cardio wise and like footwork and just I don't know, I was always in that like competitive environment, so I feel like that just easily translated into the wrestling.
Yeah. I think having like an athletic background definitely does play a part because of course like with it training wise for wrestling it's a little bit different versus getting ready for a track meet or a basketball
Right.
game or a volleyball game, things like that, because like majority of the time you're running a lot, you're doing drills,
Right.
you're doing a lot of cardio too, but with wrestling I think it's a little more bruisier because you're
Yeah.
falling on your back. You have to make sure you fall in a way that you're not, hurting your neck or, you don't fall the wrong way. So I know that training wise was very intense for you, but I mean, it looks as if like you definitely got the hang of it. So let's dive a little bit more. I mean, you've only been doing this for like a year and a couple of months, and you already have accomplished so much, especially like earlier this month. I mean, you defeated 5 other opponents to become the new Lawless Darkness champion. Girl, you was the
Yeah.
only woman in there, and you gave those boys the business. Okay, so talk about, of course, this winning this championship, being the first one, and then also talk about being in that match as well.
Yeah, so I feel like I don't even know if they underestimated me, but it was enough for to get the win. But
Right.
I honestly didn't know what to expect walking in. Like I'm thankfully, like I said, I'm already used to being hit by hardest. I'm already used to wrestling guys. So like you would think like little old me wouldn't even go in there and get the win. But I saw an opportunity and I took it. Um, but yeah, I think I was like the second woman in that company to like win a major men championship, which is dope. The other one was like Rachel Rose. She was basically like the heavyweight champion. The championships are weird, but so I'm like the second woman to win a major one. But I mean, I was prepared. Like I already knew going in what it was, so like it was like I had to be confident. There was no other way to walk into that match with 5 other guys.
Right. And I mean, that's something that you don't lack is confidence. I see you on social media. I saw you run into Miss London in the bathroom, call her like stupid. Like, girl, let me tell you something. Listen, you're not gonna get past me at all whatsoever.
No, baby.
For you, okay? So I definitely see your interaction and everything. You have this attitude about you that I'm like, I like her a lot. Like
Thank
she
you.
doesn't back down from anything, and that's a lot that we absolutely need. And if you keep going on with that right attitude, girl, you're gonna be nothing to play with at all whatsoever.
Period.
So you recently, you made your appearance on a Ring of Honor twice. You had your first debut match against Queen Amanana, which is a fantastic wrestler. I've had a chance to see her wrestle at like Battle Slam and other places too, and the girl, she's mean in the ring. I'm telling
She
you, she
is.
really is. But that being your debut match, and I mean, you went out there and you were a star right along with her. So talk about working with her, another fellow Black woman as well, someone as dominant as Queen Aminata in your first match in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, she's very hard hitting, which I mean, I was trained by like Athena, so like I'm used to hard hitting, but she was like a different level. But she's
Yeah.
amazing. And I always like I literally tweeted like before I went to Ring of Honor, you don't know what match you're gonna get. So before I went, I was like, bro, I really want to wrestle Queen Amanada. Like the day before I went, and then lo and behold, that was the match, and I was like, dang, I really manifested this. But yeah, she's someone who I really wanted to face for a long time. I noticed like at the beginning, 2023 she wasn't around. I didn't know where she went, and I wasn't asking no questions. But like I'm glad she's back now. She's doing her thing on Rampage and stuff. But yeah, she was exactly like what I thought she was gonna be. The hard hitting. I mean, I've seen her stuff, so I knew to prepare for it. But she had to prepare for me also. Like I mean,
Right.
I'm hard too. But yeah, I mean, facing Black women, like that's the one thing I want to emphasize on. Like I really like love what we're doing out here. We're killing it. Like Danny B, she's killing it here in Texas. Rashay Chanel, like Charity King, my friend Jada Stone, my friend Kaya Dream. Like Black women are really doing their thing out here. So that's one thing I want to like represent us. And like I know there's so many other people representing us, but yeah, facing her, I was excited because I know people are really excited to see her because she's like she was injured and stuff, so she's finally back. So they're really excited to see her. So I was like, you got to go out there and show what you can do. There's gonna be a lot of eyes on her, which means them to like turn to you also.
Yeah, and I mean, you definitely brought a lot of eyes to you and to you both in that match too. But even more eyes when you, because I know you brought up Athena, and I know you said that she was training you as well. I mean, you had your match with Athena, and I mean, I've seen Athena wrestle plenty of times. She is extremely hard hitting. That girl sells her behind off in so many different ways. She's so good in the ring, and I love this character that she's bringing over to Ring of Honor. And I mean, you had your chance to step into the ring with someone who trained you. So talk about that. You know, I know that was a big moment for you as well, especially someone who I think Athena's been a big inspiration to you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't expect that match to go that way at all. But that's just what Tina is. She's really giving. She wanted to showcase me the best way she could, and I was really grateful for that. But yeah, I mean, training with her, she gives me so much great advice. Which Lou obviously trained me up so great. But he even said like she is someone who can like give you advice because she's been to the top that you can get to. So like just let her like listen to her, let her mentor you. And I mean, this so far it's been great. I literally just started training with her like last June. So since then, like I feel like I've grown so much just from being in there with her. And she gives me so much great advice. And I just know she's gonna be there like for the rest of my career, like my wrestling mom. So I'm so grateful for her.
I think that's amazing. Even when she, she gave you praise, at the end before she, being Athena,
Mm-hmm.
knock her opponents out and everything. But I knew that was such a big, big special moment for you. But I know Athena's always looking for, new competition for her championship. With the way you guys match win, do you think that maybe somewhere in the future you could be someone to face Athena for that ROH Women's World Championship?
Well, I hope so. I got a stronger showing than anybody who's faced her, so I feel like I
Right?
could at least, definitely.
Of course. So outside of like Queen Amanana and of course Athena, being some very, very tough opponents for you, who would you say are some other tough opponents that you have stepped into the ring with?
Who have I been doing with? I faced Vert Vixen. She's been doing her thing all over the world, so that's definitely an opponent that was very hard hitting. Charity King also. I faced her in like probably my second match after I graduated my school. So like this is really my second match on the Indies basically. She was, and I really need that rematch because that was like last April. So she was definitely dope. Charity King, her, Danny B. I faced her when I was really, really new, like third match new. So I feel like I'm a whole different person now. I definitely want to get back in there with her. She was someone at the time who I felt like she was someone I really modeled myself after at first because she has all that attitude. She's an amazing wrestler. So yeah, Danny B also. Who else? Let me think. I can't think right now. Oh, Misty Marks. She's a girl who's been killing it in the San Antonio, Texas area. Also, she was trained by Jazz. So her also. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so now that you've named, your tough opponents that you stepped into the ring with, who are some women wrestlers or male wrestlers that you would like to step into the ring with?
Oh, this is a good question. I always say so. Rachel Armstrong, she's a girl who's been killing it in like where's she from? She's gonna debut in North Carolina soon, but she's from like I think she's from somewhere in New York or Philly. I don't know where she's from, but she's young and she's killing it. So I definitely want to get in there with her. I want to wrestle like Hyon, Billy Starks, Kylan King. I got to watch her live a few times in like Mission Pro and stuff, and she's dope. Yeah. Definitely Kylan King. Let me think. Amira Rose. She's a girl who's in North Carolina. She's the the FSPW Women's Champion. I literally can't think of anyone else. I haven't faced like Promise Braxton yet. She's trained by Booker T also. That's someone else.
Yeah. That's some pretty nice lineup of women that you would like to step into the ring with. One in particular that you did name was someone who was kind of, she said something on social media a while back. I think it was Alexis Littlefoot. She said something on social media, but I can't remember exactly what she said, but I think it had something to do with you in particular. So like I think with somewhere down the line we could see a match between you two if possible. You
Oh, definitely. Yeah, she tried to call me out. I was like,
know?
oh, okay. But yeah, I definitely want to face Alexis. She's dope.
If Alexis was here right now, because I know you know Twitter how it is. What message would you send to Alexis Littlefoot since she's called you out on social media?
I would say we're both new. We're both trying to make our mark. So both of us in the ring is going to be magic. So let's do it anywhere, anytime.
Period. And that's on that. So Alexis Littlefoot, if you're listening or watching, because I know you probably will be,
My girl.
Maya is ready for you.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Anytime.
So let's switch gears here. So of course, like I said, you've been doing this for about a year and a few months. You've had some major accomplishments, championships. You ranking 249 out of the PWI 2023 top 250 women's wrestlers. Like that is, first of all, congratulations on that. That is absolutely amazing. What were your thoughts on that actually when you saw that you
I honestly, so I really didn't debut in the Indies till like what, May or March 2023. So I really at that point was only in the Indies for like 6 months. So
yeah.
I'm not even expecting me to be even like in the conversation for this year. I thought at least next year, because then that would be at least a full year. But I really wasn't expecting that at all. And like from someone who, was a big fan, I was always on wrestling Twitter. I was always like there when that list came out, trying to see where my faves ranked. I never thought like I would be anywhere near that list yet. But like I'm so glad that they are recognizing what I'm doing and they see like the hard work I'm putting in, which I know that it's paying off because getting that recognition is crazy. So yeah, I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah, well, once again, congratulations on that. I'm glad that they expanded that list too, because I know they only used to go to like 150, but to go to 250 because there's so many women out here that are coming into this wrestling world. And I think it is absolutely amazing to see that we're having this growth of women who are dominant, beautiful, strong, showcasing their talent, having first of all beautiful gears at that, because gears are really hard to find or to have created, especially when you're just starting out and everything. So I absolutely love your gears as well. I think it's
Thank
really
you.
beautiful, especially with the blue, because I think blue is like it's really really pretty on you and everything.
Thank
So
you.
with you having all of this, under your belt and everything, who do you see Maya World becoming in the future?
I just want to be someone that everybody looks to and is like, that girl is really good. She's doing her thing. I want to be recognized as like one of the best in the world one day. So I mean, I'm going to keep working to like get there, obviously. But someone who they see or they know has pushed through a lot of adversity, a lot of things to get to where she is. Someone who's never gonna not be humble about it, and just someone that you can always put your trust in.
I love that. Beautifully said. So of course I want to get into this before I do it and letting you go and everything, because I do remember prior and within our conversation, you were talking about, the representation for Black women. And, we have been getting a lot of that lately. There's so many Black women wrestlers that are coming out, that are doing such amazing things. So for you, what does it mean to be a Black woman in wrestling? And who are some Black women in your life who have motivated you and inspired you to be the best version of yourself?
It means so much to me. I remember like one of my first shows at DFW All Pro. We have a lot of also Black guys on the roster. So this one guy had little sisters and little cousins there. They were all like probably like under 5 years old. And I came out like, and I'm nobody at this point. Like I just had one match, but I come out and they're like crying and they're like, "Oh my God, like you're the coolest thing ever." And I feel like that warmed my heart so much. Like, oh, I'm gonna cry thinking about it. But yeah, that made me like really realize like you're representing for like a lot of little Black girls out here, because they're not going to see a lot of that on the shows. They like whenever I was growing up, you could barely see any Black women on TV besides like Alicia Fox, which she was amazing representation. But like at that time, there was like one black woman, and you already see the women like every other Raw. So you barely get to see them. So I'm so glad that there's so many like all over the world doing their thing and killing it. To me, it just means like showing them that you can do whatever, no matter if you don't see yourself in that specific category, you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to. Yeah, like my grandma is someone who grew up. So I lost my mom at a really, really, really young age, and my grandma, who I mean, all her kids were grown at this time. She had to take in 4 more kids, me, my brothers, and my sisters. So she was someone who I always looked up to growing up because she didn't have to, but she did, and she is like the strongest woman I know. She's still here, and I love her to death. And also my aunt, who in like high school, she had a mentorship program for little black girls in our area actually, and I was one of like the little mentors for them. So what we would do is we would get all the girls from like around our city and like surrounding cities, and we would just do like random meetings and random things. Like we would go get them like frozen yogurt, and we do these like fun activities. So like growing up, I had already had that like figure who I can look to, because she was very instrumental in like keeping black girls like in school, keeping them knowing they're strong and they're beautiful. So yeah, my aunt is another one who really like opened that door for me, like to show why representation matters.
Yeah. Beautiful, and I definitely do send my condolences as well. When
Oh
they
yeah,
lost me.
thank you.
Luckily, you had that support system of your grandmother and your aunt being there as someone who can also continue the representation for you as well. So I think that's absolutely beautiful. But before we do get out of here, we of course are in a new year. What is something that you're looking forward to?
And it's New Year for wrestling for sure. I really want to get out of Texas more. I want to be all over the country. And I've always said that my main goal is like to go to Japan. So I'm getting my passport, and I'm going to see wherever that takes me. That's definitely something I want to do this year, and not even just to go there, but to the UK and like Germany and all those places, and just go training all over the world, get different type of training, and just learn new things. And yeah, that's mostly it.
I love that. Me and Nikki, we've been talking about going to Japan too. The only thing we gotta do is get our passport. Me, I'm going for like anime wise,
Oh
and
yeah.
be part of the culture and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I'm going, and I'm gonna hopefully drag Nikki along because she's down to go too. But other than that, I think that's absolutely amazing. And I know you got a couple of matches coming up. A lot of matches. Like Maya World is booked and busy, ladies and gentlemen. So you need to get her everywhere, even if it's outside of Texas. Go everywhere to get her, book her, and everything like that. So before we get out of here, let everyone know where they can, keep up with you at and where they can book you, girl, because you need someone like Maya World on your roster somewhere.
Period. So my Instagram and my Twitter are both at It's Maya World. Coming up, I'm gonna actually be going to New York this week. It's not something that's been announced yet, but I'm gonna be with a few other girls. So that like a few of the girls in wrestling, and they're all black girls. So that's gonna be fun. Hopefully see some pictures of that soon. But like I'll be in North Carolina coming up. I'm teaming up with Jada Stone. We're taking on Amira Rose and Leah Knight, and that's gonna be dope. Black girl magic for you. And then I'm facing my former friend, London Dior, at our show coming up February 9th. It's going to be called the Sterling Silver Memorial Show, which is like one of our biggest shows. So it's going to be a great crowd, and they're going to see a great match because I'm going to get my women's championship back from her. And then I'm going to be in California coming up. I'm going to be back in Georgia, back in North Carolina. And so, yeah, I've been doing a lot of traveling. But, yeah, book me at your shows. Like, I'm trying to be everywhere.
Exactly. We're trying to get Maya World everywhere. I mean, her name is Maya World. You want her all over the world, okay?
Exactly.
Like it's
don't
really right
let
there.
me everywhere. I'm going to start calling myself Mrs. Worldwide, and everybody gonna be mad.
Period. Well, thank you so much, Maya, for coming in and actually accepting an invitation to the Shakkas Den. Of course, it is invite only, and only the real ones get to come up in here. Okay, not just random. Nobody. We let all the superstars come through the VIP section of the Shakkas Den. But as always, you guys can continue to follow us all over at the Shakkas, all over on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and shout out to Battleground Podcast as always. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.